Are you tired of it? That creeping sense of pessimism, the weight of a world that often feels overwhelming, chaotic, or simply indifferent to our hopes. It's a sentiment many of us share, a quiet weariness that can settle over the soul in these complex times. We see the shadows, we feel the uncertainties, and it can be easy to lose our footing, to feel our inner light dim. But what if, even amidst this pervasive sense of discouragement, there exist timeless sanctuaries accessible to each of us, places not of escape, but of profound renewal and strength? What if the beauty captured by an artist's hand, the silent wisdom held within the embrace of nature, and the unwavering strength found in living a virtuous life are not just pleasant distractions, but powerful, active refuges against the encroaching tide of pessimism? Today, we explore these three sacred havens. We journey into how art, nature, and virtue can lift our spirits, ground our souls, and help us find not just solace, but a resilient and joyful peace, even when the world outside feels heavy. Before we explore the sanctuaries, let us first sit for a moment with the feeling itself, this pervasive sense of pessimism that can cast a long shadow over our days. It often begins as a whisper, a subtle unease, but can grow into a heavy cloak, tinting our perception of the world and our place within it. Where does this modern melancholy find its roots? We are bombarded daily by a relentless stream of information, a torrent of global crises, anxieties, and conflicts delivered instantly to the palms of our hands. This constant exposure to the world's suffering, real or amplified, can chip away at our innate optimism. We also navigate an era of unprecedented change, technological, social, economic, a whirlwind that can leave us feeling unmoored, uncertain of the future, and questioning the stability of what we once held dear. Paradoxically, in our hyper-connected world, many feel a profound sense of disconnection, a loneliness amidst the crowd, often fueled by the curated highlight reels of social media that invite comparison and breed a sense of inadequacy. It's easy then to feel that the game is rigged, that our efforts are futile, or that darker forces are inevitably at play. This weight of pessimism isn't a sign of personal failure or a flaw in character. It is, for many, an understandable human response to the complex pressures of modern existence. It can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and diminish our capacity for joy and engagement. Recognizing this, understanding its origins, allows us not to surrender to it, but to see the profound necessity of actively seeking out and cultivating those sacred spaces, those inner and outer refuges, where our spirits can be nourished and our hope rekindled. When the weight of the world presses down, when pessimism whispers that all is bleak, humanity has always turned to one of its most ancient and powerful refuges, art. In its myriad forms, a haunting melody, a vibrant canvas, a line of poetry that pierces the heart, a story that transports us, art offers a unique sanctuary for the soul. It acts as a mirror, reflecting not just the world around us, but the often unseen landscapes within us. In the brushstrokes of a master, we might see our own unspoken sorrow given beautiful form, and in that recognition, feel less alone. A symphony can give voice to a joy or a longing so profound it feels universal, connecting us across time and space to the shared human experience. The beauty inherent in art, whether it's the elegant curve of a sculpture or the intricate harmony of a song, has a remarkable power to cut through the fog of negativity. It reminds us of a different order, a different possibility, that even amidst chaos, there exists grace, intention, and transcendence. Art doesn't shy away from the darkness. Indeed, some of the most powerful works delve into the heart of suffering. Yet, in doing so, they often offer a profound catharsis, a way to process our own pain by seeing it held, explored, and perhaps even transformed through the artist's vision. It can provide solace, a quiet understanding that our struggles are part of a larger human story. More than just an escape, art can be a source of truth and perspective, challenging our pessimistic assumptions and inviting us to see the world and ourselves anew. It can plant seeds of hope, stir our empathy, and even inspire us towards a more noble way of being, gently nudging the soul towards its own potential for beauty and resilience. Beyond the human-made world of art, another ancient and profoundly healing refuge awaits us: the embrace of nature. When the mind is clouded with pessimism, caught in cycles of worry or despair, the natural world offers a powerful anchor, a way to return to a more grounded, authentic state of being. Stepping into a forest, gazing at the vastness of the ocean, or simply observing the patient unfurling of a leaf can have an immediate calming effect. Nature operates on a different timescale, with different priorities. Its silent, enduring presence puts our often frenzied human concerns into a larger, more humbling perspective. The seemingly insurmountable problems that occupy our minds can shrink in significance when measured against the ancient wisdom of a mountain or the infinite expanse of the night sky. Moreover, nature is a constant teacher of resilience. It shows us, season after season, the inexorable cycles of decay and renewal, storm and stillness, darkness and light. A tree may lose its leaves in winter, appearing barren and defeated, yet it holds the promise of spring within its very core. This unwavering pattern whispers to our souls that even after periods of hardship, growth and beauty will return. There is an uncomplicated honesty in nature's beauty, a sense of inherent order and interconnectedness that can soothe a spirit troubled by human artifice and chaos. It reminds us that we are part of something far greater than our individual anxieties, a vast web of life governed by laws more profound than our fleeting concerns. In the quiet rustle of leaves, the steady rhythm of the waves, or the simple presence of a wild creature, we can find a deep sense of peace, a return to simplicity, and a powerful antidote to the weariness of pessimism. Nature doesn't demand anything from us, it simply offers its presence, a silent embrace that can heal and restore. The solace we find in art and nature is profound, offering balm to the weary spirit and fresh perspectives on our struggles. Yet, these beautiful sanctuaries are, in some ways, external to us. We may not always have access to a quiet forest or a moving symphony. What then? The Stoic philosophers, with their pragmatic wisdom, direct us to a refuge that can never be taken away, a fortress built within the very core of our being, the practice of virtue. For the Stoics, virtue, encompassing wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, isn't merely a set of admirable moral qualities. It is the very expression of a soul living in accordance with reason and nature. It is human excellence in action, the ultimate good, and therefore the ultimate source of inner peace and resilience against pessimism. Wisdom acts as our clear-sighted guide, allowing us to discern true value from false appearances, to see through the deceptive narratives of despair. Justice calls us to act rightly towards others, fostering a sense of connection and purpose that inherently counters the isolation pessimism often breeds. Courage equips us to face not only external hardships, but also our own internal storms of doubt and fear, without surrendering our resolve. And temperance teaches us to moderate our desires and aversions, preventing us from being tossed about by fleeting passions or crippled by anxieties. This unshakable fortress of virtue is built not of stone, but of our conscious choices, our daily actions, our commitment to living with integrity. External events may unfold as they will. The world may present its challenges, but our capacity to respond with virtue remains entirely within our control. This is the profound freedom the Stoics discovered. When your well-being is rooted in your own character, no external darkness can truly extinguish your inner light. This becomes the ultimate refuge, a source of meaning and strength that endures, always. Having explored these three profound refuges, the soul-stirring beauty of art, the grounding embrace of nature, and the unshakable fortress of virtue, the question arises: how do we weave them into the fabric of our daily lives to create a truly resilient sanctuary against pessimism? These are not isolated havens to be visited sporadically, but interconnected wellsprings that can nourish each other and our spirits continuously. Imagine listening to music, art, that inspires a feeling of awe and connection to something larger than yourself, perhaps while walking mindfully through a park, nature, and reflecting on how this experience strengthens your resolve to act with kindness and courage. See how nature itself, in its effortless beauty and inherent order, can be a profound work of art, and how observing its cycles can teach us Stoic lessons of acceptance and resilience, which are core to virtue. The practice of virtue, in turn, can guide our engagement with art and nature. Wisdom helps us choose art that uplifts rather than degrades. Justice might inspire us to protect the natural world that offers us so much solace. Courage might be found in both the raw power of a storm and the bold expression of an artist. Integration begins with small conscious acts. It might be starting your day with 5 minutes of quiet contemplation of a beautiful image, art, or the view from your window, nature, setting an intention for virtuous action. It could be choosing a walk in a natural setting over scrolling through news feeds, allowing the quiet wisdom of the earth to settle your mind. It involves seeking out stories, music, and visual art that speak to our highest potential, that remind us of courage, compassion, and truth. It's about finding moments to express your own creativity, however humbly, as an affirmation of life. By consciously weaving threads of art, nature, and virtue into our days, we don't just build separate shelters. We create a rich, interconnected inner ecosystem, a personal sanctuary that remains vibrant and strong, a true refuge for the soul, even when the world outside feels heavy with pessimism. We began this journey acknowledging the weariness of pessimism, that heavy cloak that can dim our brightest days. We've explored the cultural and personal currents that feed this gloom. But more importantly, we have rediscovered 3 timeless, powerful sanctuaries always available to us: the transcendent beauty and truth found in art, the grounding embrace and resilient wisdom of nature, and the unshakable internal fortress of Stoic virtue. These are not mere distractions or fleeting comforts. They are profound paths to reconnecting with what is true, what is beautiful, and what is good within ourselves and in the world. They remind us that even when external circumstances feel overwhelming, we retain the power to choose our focus, to cultivate our inner landscape, and to act with integrity. Art invites us to see with new eyes. Nature calls us back to our essential being. Virtue empowers us to live with meaning and purpose, regardless of the shadows. Pessimism may be a default setting for some, a tempting narrative in challenging times, but it is not an irrevocable fate. The choice to seek refuge, to cultivate hope, to build your inner sanctuary through conscious engagement with art, nature, and virtue is always yours. These paths of solace and strength await your tread. They are the enduring antidotes, the quiet wellsprings, inviting you to drink deeply and find that even in an imperfect world, peace, meaning, and a resilient joy are not just possible, but are your birthright to claim.